Your move, your move.
So starting off with today's deck profile, we have triple dual avatar fists Yugioh. Now this card, when you read it, it doesn't seem that good, but once you start using the deck, you actually feel that this card is very, very good and actually a essential part of making the deck work. What this card does is it can target a dual avatar monster you control, destroy it, and it adds a dual avatar spell from your deck to your hand. It does itself, which is the important thing. So if you only have him, you can destroy him, search your spell, and get your fusions live. The main thing that you do combo this with is the field spell, because the field spell does give you a token. You can then destroy that token to search your in your dual avatar invitation, and that leaves you a effect monster on the field to get those fusion monster bonus effects. He also has the effect that when a dual avatar fusion monster is destroyed by battle or card effects, he can add himself from the graveyard back to your hand, so he does restart your plays all over again. For the other dual avatar, we play double dual avatar feat Kokoku. Now, Kokoku is, I think, not as good as Yugioh, but essential in the deck nonetheless. On summon, he is going to get you that trap search, which is nice because he's on summon, unlike Yugioh. And also, during your opponent's turn, if a dual avatar is destroyed, he will special himself out and then instantly special summon a dual avatar fusion from your extra deck, which is very, very nice as well. I play 2 of him and 3 of the Yugioh because I was playing 1 Kokoku, but the second one comes up far too much, so I thought I'd bump it up to 2. And that is the main deck dual avatar monsters. There's not many. The deck just revolves around these guys. For our dual avatar spells, we have triple dual avatar invitation. As I explained before, this is the sort of the bread and butter of the deck. This is how the deck functions. It summons as many tokens as possible and then lets you fusion summon twice. The cool thing about this card is that the discard isn't cost, so if they interrupt this, you don't lose a card. And also we're playing a very good discard engine in this deck to make use of those discards. But yeah, fantastic card. Only has 1 print, but it's still very cheap. This deck is very, very budget, so maybe do pick it up if you do enjoy this deck profile. For our field spell, one of the better field spells I think I've seen for like a rogue deck, we have triple perfect sync Aeon. On activation, it's a rota, which is fantastic for consistency. And also, what's going to happen is if you control a dual avatar monster, it's going to special summon a token. Now, that token is basically used for the Yugioh search and leaves you the effect monsters on the field. Because as I mentioned before, you do need the effect monsters to gain the fusion monster bonus effect. So, fantastic field spell and really, really helps with consistency. For another spell we play the 1 dual avatar defeating evil. We only play 1 because we're always really going to search the invitation. If we already have invitation, we can search for this. This is, again, a very, very nice card. It is a bit neg unless you destroy a fusion monster, but when you destroy your own fusion monsters, when you gain the bonus effects, what you're going to do is you're going to target a dual avatar monster you control, 1 card your opponent controls, and destroy them. So it is a 2-for-1. However, if you destroy one of your own fusion monsters, you get the bonus effects of drawing a card or banishing a card from the opponent's grave. So then it does sort of equal out the card advantage that way. And it has very nice artwork. 4 1-ofs here for consistency, 1 rota, 1 terraforming. Both increase your chances to see your names in your hand, and you need the names to play the deck, so just mandatory, I guess. For our traps, 1 dual avatar compact and 1 dual avatar ascendance. You never really want to see these, you just want to search them with Kokoku, so I feel like playing 1 of each is fine. I don't play the reborn because I feel like that one's just slow. I feel like these are the best ones. If you don't know what they do, dual avatar compact banishes a dual avatar card from your graveyard and copies the effect, so you can activate 2 defeating evils or 2 invitations, which is fantastic. And dual avatar ascendance is essentially your rank up spell. It ranks up or down your fusion monsters, and then obviously you can get the on summon effects for that as well. So really, really nice. And you can banish it from the grave to add back a dual avatar to your hand. So 1 of each is more than enough. For our discard engine, we are running the Eldritch package. I think that this engine works fantastically in dual avatars. You just need to see 1 Cursed Eldland, and basically you get your entire Eldritch engine online via the invitation. So we're playing double Lord, triple Cursed Eldland, triple Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine, triple Conquistador, and double Aguero. I think these ratios are very good. Obviously, when you are going to be going second, you are going to be siding out at least one of each of these 4 hand traps, because you don't want to be seeing too many traps in your hand going second. But as I said, Curse Elden, get Eldritch, Eldritch be discarded via invitation, Eldritch summon himself by sending Curse Elden to the grave, Elden sends Scarlet Sanguine, and then end phase you can get your Haquero or Conquistador. So that's how you really make use of that invitation discard. And I think that this engine is still very, very good, and it keeps you in a very grindy game state. And I think the deck does fairly well in the grind game. For our second engine here, since we are usually locked into fusion summoning for the turn, we're just going to play triple Fusion Destiny with, of course, the 2 bricks. This engine has actually a lot of synergy with the dual avatars, being able to destroy your own dual avatar cards during your turn to trigger Kokoku, which is really nice. Also, you can make your new dual avatar, which came out in the new set. I forgot what it was called, to be honest with you. But you can blow up your new fusion monster, and then that will trigger specialing the 2 guys out of your deck, which is really nice. And obviously, Fusion Destiny gets you the draw power, and also Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is just a fantastic card. For our power spells or consistency spells, triple Fusion Deployment. Shout out to Cassus, my guy in Undead Royal Academy, for lending me his Fusion Deployments. But again, your fusion monsters do list either Kokoku or Yuhai as the materials, meaning you can just reveal them and special them out the deck, which is really nice. We play one of the new card, Fusion Armament. Now, this card is very nice because this card allows you to special any of your fusions and then use those fusions as material, which of course will get you the bonus effects. So you can easily summon your Kokoku big fusion monster from the extra deck and then use it as material to make your new fusion monster for that quick effect banish. And Fusion Armament really helps with that. We also have double Forbidden Droplet. Obviously, Eldritch synergizes very well with Droplet, and Droplet helps break boards. And then double Super Poly again to help break boards. As you can see, we don't play hand traps, so we need to be playing some sort of thing that can help us break boards, going first or going second. So that is it for the main deck. Let's now go on to the extra deck. Now for the extra deck here, we have double Dual Avatar Empowered Yugioh. I don't know how I feel about 2. I think you can play 1. 2 does come up in a very grindy game. He is very good during the battle phase, and you make him for very specific scenarios. So what he does is when he attacks, your opponent cannot activate any cards until the end of the damage step. And also during damage, I believe it's during damage calc? Yeah, during damage calc, you can return 1 monster on the field to the hand, and that doesn't target, doesn't destroy, so it gets rid of a lot of things like Dragoon if you've baited the negate. It also gets rid of the Krakens, which means the number 4, the Kraken for all the fish guys won't trigger their effects, so really, really nice. Again, as I said, you can play 1, but I'm playing 2. We have double of the Empowered Mitsujaku. This card is probably your best fusion when going first. You're going to make it in defense, and it's a Ghost Ogre. It's also a giant Trunade and also gives you battle protection. So it does a lot of things, and it has 3k defense. So really nice. Going first, you are going to make that. We also have the double Armored Ague. Now, on summon, he's going to target an attack position monster and destroy it, which is nice. Sad, it only has to be in attack position, and he can't attack directly for the rest of the turn, but you're going to be making this usually during your opponent's turn anyway. And if you have a fusion monster that used an effect monster, it gains the bonus effect of giving everything 300 attack and defense. Doesn't really matter that much, but it can come up sometimes when you are trying to go for game. We also have the double armored Yugioh. This is, again, another card you're going to make going first, and what he does is he gives you sort of a card effect protection. If something would be destroyed, you get to pick the dual avatar monster that's destroyed, so if you have any spare tokens lying around, you can destroy them. And if essentially you control a fusion monster that was using an effect monster as material, you get the negation of a extra deck monster during the main phase, which is actually very nice, and he is relatively big, and he just takes 2 dual avatar monsters to make. For our last dual avatar fusion, we have the new guy, double dual avatar Manifested Aeon. Now, this card, upon reading it, doesn't seem that good, but I guarantee you this card is fantastic. Not only can you make him and then pop him, summon 2 from deck. If you use your Mitsujaku, he's going to be a quick effect banish. If you use your other fusion, he gains 3000 attack during the damage step. So he is very, very nice. I feel like the deck needed a bit more than just him. But for now, hopefully there's more support in the future. But for now, you know, he will do. He's good enough. For our other fusions, 1 DPE, as I mentioned, we play the Fusion Destiny package. This card's fantastic. We play 1 Garura because it's a very good Super Poly target along with our Mud Dragon. And then rounding off our package, we have the 1 Predaplant Dracostapelia. Again, if you're going to use a fusion deck, you can really abuse that. And then the 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. To be honest, I thought about cutting this and playing a Chaos Angel because Garura and a Yuhai can instantly get you into a Chaos Angel. But you usually are fusion locked quite a lot of the time, so I don't know how viable that would be. And of course, make sure you have your dual avatar spirit token.
It's time! Let's go!